So if you're anything like us, I'm sure you've heard some of the older generations say, well, maybe if you just spent a little bit less, saved a little bit more, you'd be able to afford a house like we did in my time. Well, in today's video, we're going to be going over exactly how different it was buying a house then versus now.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting, you'll spend it and be broke again.
So welcome back to our channel, guys. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Taylor.
And in this video, as Taylor mentioned, we're going to be comparing home prices, average salaries back from 1990 to today, roughly 2020 to 2024 time. I know home prices are crazy nowadays, but also our salaries have gone up a lot more than back then. So is it actually harder? Let's go ahead and jump into it. So looking at some of the numbers, so in 1990, the average individual income was around $21,547, which is about equal to $44,500 roughly in 2020. The median home price was about $79,000 in 1990, which is equivalent to about $157,000 in 2020. The average mortgage interest at that time in 1990 was about 10% or 10.13%.
And on the flip side of that, fast forward to 2024, and things have changed quite a bit. The average salary now being $53,490, and the median home price has skyrocketed to $440,000. And while interest rates have fluctuated, they're currently around 6.49%. Now, the numbers I just threw out there probably don't surprise many of you. You're like, yeah, almost $500,000, that's not surprising. Those are all the prices I'm seeing on Zillow. That's why I can't afford a home, right? But what do these numbers actually mean? Well, in 1990, the average home cost was about 3.7 times the average salary. Today, it's around 8.2 times the average salary. So this shows just how much harder it is to buy a home now compared to 1990, and that's not considering all these other factors.
So yeah, as you can see, from 1990 till now, salaries on average have gone up more than double, a little bit more than double.
Yeah.
Which you're like, oh, that's great, that's what we needed. But you can see the price of the homes have gone up way, way faster than that. And then, just like Taylor said, take out price of home, everything's gone up way more than that. Electricity costs, car costs, gas costs, everything's gone up way more than twice. So it's not just, oh, a home has gotten crazy, everything's gotten much more expensive, and your salary's only gone up roughly double. So that's where you can see that unaffordability being crazy. 8.2 times your salary to get that home. That's wild.
Yeah.
So based on our calculation, in 1990, buying a home at roughly the price of $79,000 with an interest rate we talked about on average, which was at the time about 10.13%, you're looking at an average or rough estimate of about $600 a month, which, comparison to the income at the time, that's about a third or 33% of your income. That sounds high, but now look at 2024. For applicants in March of 2024, the median mortgage payment was $2,200 basically. And that to the average income today is almost 50% of your income before taxes.
Yeah, and if you've seen some of our previous videos, how we've talked about a 50-30-20 rule, one of the most basic rules of budgeting, 50% being towards needs, this almost takes up all of that portion right off the bat. So it just goes to show just how unaffordable things are today. The reality is everything's more expensive. It's harder to save, harder to buy a house. You're competing with all these big businesses buying out all these houses. The supply is down. Everything is just kind of stacked against you right now. So we completely understand why a lot of people are complaining. I mean, we're hurting too. The reality is it's just very hard to buy a home.
So even thinking about just the down payment, not even the whole price of the home, just the down payment to then get the loan for the rest, you're looking at 20%. For a lot of people, you can put down less, but let's just say 20% down payment. You're looking at less than 16 grand in 1990. Now, for the average home, not the big home that you're going to finally end up in, not the grand home you're looking to shop around in the catalog, just the average home, like the basic home you're going to get, you're looking at roughly 80 plus thousand just to start. Like that's such a big difference. While your income hasn't gone up but double, that's gone way past double again. So again, it's becoming much harder for people. And, unaffordability is just kind of out of control.
Because yeah, I mean, if your down payment is over your annual salary, that's kind of a dead giveaway that, it's just so hard to buy a house.
True.
Now, all that to say, we don't want to discourage you from buying a home. We were able to find a way ourselves to be able to buy a house, live that American dream. The reality is you might just have to get a bit more creative with it. You may have to look at different mortgage options, find a real aggressive budgeting strategy that works for you. I mean, we both budget pretty aggressively. And on top of that, just being informed and asking the right questions can save you a lot of headache and money in the end. And of course, there is always the option to kind of look at more affordable areas. And I know that might not be an answer you want to hear, but in reality, it's oftentimes people's best bet.
So maybe you guys didn't get what you wanted to get out of this video in terms of you didn't get a end all be all answer that solves your affordability problem. We more wanted to point out how the big discrepancy of everybody keeps saying there's an unaffordability problem. It's a problem. Like we need to figure out this crisis. How bad was it? And we wanted to point out the numbers in this video. Hopefully, again, not to discourage you, but just to actually put a number to the madness. And does that make sense? Yeah, it is. It is a bigger gap than we thought, to be honest, going into this. So if you want us to go into more detailed tips, please leave that comment below. Maybe we can put together a little bit of a tips or ideas or how we were able to make it happen on one salary or in certain areas in South Florida, stuff like that. So just let us know. We might do that in a future video if everybody shows interest. Other than that, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. And as always, please like, subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.